Hey, we're gonna start off with a whole bunch of ranting nonsense, man. Because I'm thinking about I got the 505 now, and I think there's a funny thing in it, in me having it, and I think there's a funny life lesson here, which is people often say like, "Cat, I swear this is not the time, bro. Stop! No, just come on." Anyways, people are like, man, if I had this much money, if I had this tool, if I had this thing, I would do so much better. I would do this, I would do that. My life would be completely different. And what's really funny is, so, you know, if they never get the thing, they never get the money, they never get the equipment, they never get the opportunity, they just keep telling themselves that story. But what's pretty funny, I have found from my own personal life to be correct, and watching other people, often when they get the thing they want, nothing changes. Because you were kind of full of shit the whole time, right? So I was like, man, I wish I had the 505 before, didn't really use it, sold it. Then I was like, oh, let me get another 505. Couldn't find one. They were like $900. They're like sold out. So people were just buying them again. And I was like, man, if only I could get the 505, man, I would do all this dope shit. Man, I got it like 3 weeks ago. It's still in the box. So me, like others, kind of full of shit. Like, haven't done anything with it. So be careful when you tell yourself a story. If only I had this microphone. If only I had this thing, I would do so much. Maybe you would. But oftentimes, you just have habits. And if you're not in the habit of doing something, you're not in the habit of doing it. So like, I got a 505. I haven't opened it out of the box. It could be broken for all I know. I need to at least open it to see if it's broken, because I bought it off of an auction. So like, it's dumb. Anyways, Dice the Code. We're here for Dice the Code. If this thing is copywritten, I will put a full version down here in the bottom. I know I'm pointing down. This is my room. I'm pointing at like a keyboard in my nutsack right now. But in the description, if I need to chop this thing up, you will find the extended one there. I've seen Dice before. Don't know if it's only once or twice. I remember very much enjoying this dude. I remember him killing it. And he's like super young, right? All right, Dice the Code.
What's up? I'm Dice from South Korea.
Oh, well, he's obviously older than before because time passes. I thought he was like 14 in a video I saw or something.
This is my Loopstation Wildcard for the GBB 2021 World League.
Wait, where's the sound at? Oh, he's like preloading it. Okay. It's weird that he cut it out. It's weird. Congratulations, Dice. You're the first video I've ever seen where someone mutes. They have no sound. And they're like, I'm making a sound. You'll hear it later. I like it. I do like the wow effect, but I love the dramatic acting with it. Like, bitch, I know what sound's coming. That's a hella hi-hat. Was that what he's putting in earlier? Or is that just a repeated hi-hat? Oh, shoot, I think I'm getting lost. Oh, no, it's a big-ass delay on the hi-hat. Oh, and he's using the expression pedal for what? Could be the reverb. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But I'm thinking, like, what have we heard change in the mix? We heard a big amount of reverb that wasn't there before. But if he's going from completely off to completely on, it doesn't need to be on an expression pedal. It can just be a button. Why is he mapped it to the expression? Use the expression pedal so you get ranges in between on and off. Right? Like a 0 and a 1 on and off. And when you use the buttons, you're either on or off. You use the expression pedal because you get the range of values. That's what? What? Hell yeah. Oh, that sounds like a pitch shifter. That would make sense because you get to hear the glissando. Oh, glissando, fancy word for when you move between pitches and you hear all of the notes in between the pitches. On a guitar, it could be a slide. Definitely better on a violin or cello or something, or with your vocals, a non-fretted instrument with non-discriminate notes. But this, man, is kind of what I'm talking about. I think I'm gonna bore y'all, man, but I'm excited. I think already you could play this for someone, and after they get finished hearing them, go, what software do they use? What do they use? Like, what's going on here? And I don't think anyone's gonna say beatboxer. Oh, and he's queuing it up like a DJ. He's queuing it up in his. He's using these as just monitors, and he's queuing up the sound. Ah, dude, that's savage. What? I love how he's telling a story. There's no lyrics, so he's telling a story of the instrumentation. That's brilliant. That's really brilliant. Oh. So completely different emphasis on the beat. He's completely changed like the rhythmic structure of what's going on. Kept the tempo the same, but he's got a common theme, right? He's got this computer theme. So we have the enter the code in the beginning part, and then now we have this new section, and it's computer glitchy sounds. That's a great composition. I think the bass is the same rhythm as the high notes were. The glitchy shit on top, I think now his bass is the same rhythm as the glitchy shit was. Thematic unity, thematic repetition.
Battery expired.
Nice, man. Nice storytelling, nice composition, a lot of things going on there. I noticed a lot of stuff that is unifying themes throughout it, and probably if you're a beatboxer, you can notice even more stuff than I did. I think thematic repetition is something that's very much underutilized in pop music and things that we listen to. And it can really, like, it's one of those things that if you're not really listening super closely, you're probably just not going to notice it. But it becomes building blocks for other stuff. And I'm going to take one of the most famous examples of it ever. At least one that sticks in my head. And we all know this, the Beethoven. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, 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 right? But that opening phrase, bum 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 bum. Everyone knows the notes. Ba da da dom, da 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 dom. But what is it actually in rhythmic terms? It's short, short, long. Short, short, long. Short, short, long. And when you listen to the symphony, there's all these places where things are much slower, but it's still short, short, long, but the shorts are way longer and the longs are way longer. So it goes like wow. Wow, wow, and it's all it's all over the place. So he took that idea of the short, short, long, and reuses it in different instruments, different textures, all throughout the symphony, And it's kind of amazing when you realize, like, damn, like, not only does this sound dope, but he's actually reusing an idea, and it's intentional. Man's a genius. So, like, that's a really smart way of connecting stuff, regardless of whether or not he thought about it that way or not. Doesn't really matter how you get the jackpot. You got it. So, excellent. Excellent. When something sounds good the whole time, I don't know how analytical you want to be, but if something sounds good the whole time, but it's not the same the whole time, a really good question is, why does it sound good? What is it you're hearing that makes it sound good? And the most obvious things you'll go to is pitch, timbre, interestingness. But the idea is, let's figure out a more precise way of saying this. If we hear definite changes in sections, see if you can find an explanation for, is there something in common between these sections that I'm not hearing? Like, what is it? Is there something going on? And most likely there is, because the way your ears work is if things don't relate, you hear the abrupt transition away from what's familiar. But when sections change, but you don't have a shocked feeling, like you don't have a shock, like, well, this doesn't belong here. When things abruptly change, but they feel like they belong, there's usually some ingredients that are in common between both of those sections. And then when you discover that, guess what it lets you do? It lets you steal. You can steal. You go, oh, I see how this dude did this. It's like a house, right? Like, once you know how a house is built, oh, there's a foundation and there's like all these studs, and we put things up. We got, walls, and then drywall and a roof, and run electricity. Once you see how houses are built, you go, oh, well, then I can use these ingredients to build different houses, or I can use these ingredients to build the exact same house. That's how I look at music, as a big structure, and that it doesn't really matter if you're looking at a piece of music that's 3 minutes long or an hour long. Obviously, you have a lot more analysis with something that's an hour long, but there is a structure. There is an underpinning, right? Just like you have electrical wiring in your walls, and you have wood in the walls, and then you got the sheetrock. There are things, when you look at a big piece of music, you can actually find the underlying structure. Like, where are these things? And once you find them, now the whole piece sounds different to you, because you're not just walking through this weird illusionary maze. You start seeing guideposts that guide you through the sound. Oh, the composer put this here because they're moving in this direction. And that doesn't rob you of enjoyment. It adds to the enjoyment, because now you're seeing the signposts that were put there. So dope music operates on a lot of levels. It operates on the most simplistic level, which is, let's listen to it and it's a badass time. But the more you dig, the more you can find, and the more the music makes a different type of sense to you. And it's not like one's better than the other. It's just different experiences, and that's, I think, a sign of a really great composer, is putting multiple levels into the music, to where if someone's really technical, they enjoy it this way. And if someone's untechnical, they have just a good time at the bottom level. It's like kind of awesome. It's like, imagine making a song that, like, 70-year-olds love and 4-year-olds love, and they love it for completely different reasons, but they both love it. They're both finding something in it. Animaniacs cartoon for kids, but a lot of very, very dirty jokes in there. The one that comes to mind is, there's one where Dot, I think she's holding Prince, the artist Prince, or something like that. And then they're trying to solve a case or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And then someone goes, "Oh, fingerprints. We need fingerprints." Dot's holding Prince, and she goes, "Ooh." Get it? Fingerprints. Fingerprints. Two completely different jokes, depending on who's watching it, but delivered with the same line. That shit is genius. All right, this is a ridiculous reaction. I'm out of here.